So is it wrapped up, like very clear, first place, biggest Brad Holmes draft bust is Hendon Hooker? Is there even a second place to this?
No, it is like not even close. Because you drafted a guy that legitimately had zero chance of ever playing. I think that's the big part about this, right? Is that fair?
No, I don't think that's true.
When was he ever going to play?
If Jared Goff thing
You
didn't
drafted
work
a
out.
backup quarterback in the third round? He was 24 coming off a torn ACL. It'd be different if he was a 21-year-old coming off a torn ACL, or he was.
I don't think age matters.
Or
in the
he
draft.
was 20. It does when it's a quarterback.
No, because Bo Nix just got taken. Jalen Daniels
Okay.
just got taken.
Ben, those guys are starting quarterbacks their rookie season. Hendon Hooker was never going to start his rookie season.
Correct. I just don't think age matters.
It matters when you're drafting a guy to take over in 3 years down the line.
Fair.
And that guy also is injured. The more and more I've thought about it, and at the time I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And the more and more you think about it, it's just like, he was never going to play ever. You drafted a backup quarterback in the third round. Like, that's actually absurd. And he also isn't the backup quarterback.
No.
And never was. Never one time was.
Never even the 2-string is crazy.
It's for sure the worst pick that Brad Holmes ever had. And I love Brad Holmes. He makes great picks. So I'm not sitting here saying, like, oh, what a terrible guy for doing that.
Yeah, he's hitting over 500.
But it's not even close as far as the worst draft pick.
Broderick Martin doesn't get a nod for never contributing a single thing to this Lions team?
Broderick Martin at least played a snap and was the backup to the guys that play in front of him.
He was third string mostly. But yeah, it probably is Hendon Hooker. Giovanni Manu's really competing for this spot, though. He really is. Give him one
Still
more
on the
year.
roster.
Give him one more year. And if he doesn't make the roster, they spent the exact same amount of time in the Lions uniforms. Because if Giovanni Manu goes another year and is inactive every game, at least Hendon Hooker was active. You know what I mean? Those are the big misses. And honestly, Kyle, Josh Pascal is starting to get brought back into this conversation.
Yeah.
I thought he escaped it.
Different type of scenario, though.
Same with Levi.
Not really much of a failure, just couldn't stay on the field health-wise. When
But
healthy,
he had
a
problems
solid
coming
contributor.
into the draft about his injuries. Remember?
Is that a failure, though? Or is it just couldn't stay on the field when he does play is pretty solid?
Well, they failed to identify the fact that he had off-season surgery and needed surgery because of the hernia that he had, which he somehow covered up during the draft process. And then the injuries just never really slowed down. And last year was the first time he's healthy. Same thing with Levi Wunzurike. Now it's both those guys, we have no idea when they're playing again. Levi might never play in the Lions uniform again. That's entirely possible.
Yeah, that's
Josh
fair.
Pascal, who knows when he's coming back? No one seems to know what is wrong with him, or B, when he's coming back.
And both those guys really had their first full healthy seasons last year. And it wasn't even really full for Josh Pascal.
And Pascal had jumped out of the conversation. He had escaped. He had beat the allegations of biggest Brad Holmes draft bust. But
he was taking
a second-round pick.
Both those guys second-rounders. Yeah, exactly. It is funny looking at the Brad Holmes third-round draft picks. I mean, they are either major hit or they're rough. I mean, you go through 2021, Ali McNeil, what a snag, and Ife Melifonwu. Not the end of the world.
He contributed.
And he still is in the NFL on another team.
He contributed.
So that's the lone one that's okay, he's solid. The rest of these, 2022, Kirby Joseph in the third round. Home run. Probably his best pick ever of the third round. 2023, Hendon Hooker and Broderick Martin.
And he traded into the third round to take Broderick Martin at the end.
2024.
I loved him as a prospect.
Didn't have a third-round pick in 2024. And then 2025, so far, potentially with Isaac Tesla. So it's is he going to fall into this crazy home run hit? It's just kind of funny looking at those picks because outside of Ife Melifonwu, it is just major 1,000% hit or wow, what a terrible pick. This guy never is going to play.
Do the second-round picks if you've got them pulled up.
Yeah, I do. 2021 second-round pick, Levi Onwuzurike. I think better than Pascal when he's played, but has played much less.
Yes. I was about to say, only healthy for one full one season.
Yeah, I mean, it's as far as career games played, Josh Pascal has played in his career.
Can I guess?
Taken a year later, by the way.
A year
later. Go for it.
Josh Pascal. Am I guessing Pascal?
You can guess both. I have them both pulled up.
Levi, I'm going to go 19?
Oh, no. Played much more games than that.
30?
42.
Okay.
Played a full year last year.
Yeah. Josh Pascal.
But missed an entire year of his career.
Like 40.
36. But a year apart, so
Yeah.
pretty when there's 17 games to play in. So, but yeah, second round picks by year for the Lions. Just kind of exposed to 2022. Josh Pascal.
Kentucky guy.
We'll see. 2023, obviously, just two major homers, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets in the second round.
And then 2024, we might be dipping back into that, and it's Rakestraw.
Wait, hold on. Back up for just a second.
Yeah.
Brian Branch going in the second round, looking back, is really one of the craziest things to ever happen.
Yeah, not just going in the second round, going in the middle of the second round. Like, it's not like he was one of these picks where Joey Porter Jr., who was supposed to go at the end of the first round, gets picked first in the second.
And it's not like there was off-the-field issues or anything.
It was all because of the position he plays.
Yes, because he was a nickel, and it was like, we just don't value nickels. Well, you can play him at safety, and he doesn't have to leave the field. But remember that first season? I'll never forget this because it was first year of the payoff doing the show at 6. And when they went to Chicago, I went to that game. And it was that game where the offense
lost, right?
Yes, the offense couldn't move the ball, and Justin Fields kind of picks the Lions apart.
Oh, that was when he ran for like 170, yeah.
And I'm sitting there freezing my butt off in Soldier Field, just asking my friends, where on earth is Brian Branch? Why is he not playing? And sure enough, I go home, and he only played something like 17% of the snaps against Chicago. And I'm like, we got to find a way to get this guy in the field. And the Lions play more, base coverage than most other teams. They don't have that nickel corner on the field. They only go 5 DBs. Okay, then Brian Branch has to be the safety, and they found a way to do it. That's why he didn't get drafted so high, and also because he had a slow 40.
Right, which is...
I don't care about 40s anymore because of that. Maybe for a running back or receiver, but actually, I think I only care about it for running backs. That's really the only position I care about it for.
Maybe receiver a little bit. I mean, I think it matters for a receiver, right?
Yes, but I think
speed is quite
important. You can make up for it with how technical your routes are. I don't think St. Brown had a great 40.
Well, yeah, different type of receiver. For slot guys like him, it's not as important. I would say the Jameson Williams type receivers.
Oh, I wish we got a JMO. I wish we got a JMO 40.
Right. But yeah, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch in 2023, just home runs. 2024, we go back to the Pascal Onwuzurike thing, except this guy has yet to prove anything, drafted much later. And this Rakestraw, which
is actually carving out an exact Josh Pascal, Levi Onwuzurike role for himself.
I think even worse because when is the opportunity even going to rise for Ennis Rakestraw?
DJ Reed's
under contract.
Right?
Well, no, I believe he's under contract, right? Well,
is that a multi-year deal?
Yeah, it was multi-year, but I think there is a get out, I'm pretty sure, after the first year. But I'm pretty sure that it was a 3-year deal when they initially signed him.
You might be. Yeah, I think you are right about that.
3 for 42 or something like that.
It's 3 for.
Yeah, but there is a get out, I'm pretty
48.
sure. 32 million guaranteed. So the first 2 years are guaranteed. So even if Rakestraw does come back and shines a little bit in camp next year,
yeah, nothing.
He's the third outside corner. Maybe they want to toss him in at nickel a little bit.
And you can't even trade him because there's no tape on him. No team's trading for that guy.
So
not a second round pick.
We're looking at 2 years down the line for a chance of, unless you really feel confident in him and you trade away a Reed or something. Who knows? And then this past year, a guy that I think could potentially be in that Laporta branch, not saying that he'll be as good as them, but could be a home run, is Tate Ratledge. So the second and third rounds really for Brad Holmes, more so the third round, has been very hit or miss.
See, you don't have to hit on every single one of your day 2 picks. But
this shows how important they all are.
If you're 50-50 on your day 2 picks, but you hit on every single one of your first round picks, because correct me if I'm wrong, there's no first round busts at all. Terrion Arnold, do not tell me he's a bust yet.
No.
Way too early to say that. Everyone else has been a hit.
No, there's not even close. Not even busts. All of them are studs.
And if you hit on every single one of your first round picks, regardless of where you're drafting, and you hit on 50% of your day 2 picks, I don't even know if it matters what happens in the rest of the draft. You're going to be fine.
Right.
You're going to be fine.
And like we said, I mean, you look at the second and third round picks of the Lions pre this era, and they are rough. They are really bad.
Oh, the second round curse.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to hit every time, but man, when you sneak a couple in every once in a while, and when those ones you do sneak in are superstars, which you don't really expect to get those in the second and third round, that's why Brad Holmes is so good at what he does.
Outside of St. Brown, day 3 picks, anybody stand out off the top of my head. Malcolm Rodriguez, but
there's a couple.
Malcolm Rodriguez would probably be the second one other than St. Brown, right?
Nah, there's 2021. There's a better one.
James Houston?
Same class. James Houston was 2022. Man, that's a name. Derek Barnes also in the fourth round of 2021.
Yeah.
St. Brown and Barnes.
Locked up. Gave
For
him
sure.
the extension this offseason, too.
Other than that, like Mahogany has the potential to be, for sure. Now that he probably just counts already, right? Starting left guard as a 6th-round pick. That's already probably a hit in general, yeah. And that's basically it, yeah. Shout out to Chase Lucas, though.
The first Brad Holmes draft pick to get cut.
Yes.